Welcome to your new LegalShield ID Shield overview. My name is Agar Thomas. I'm a certification field trainer with LegalShield, and I'm delighted to bring this information to you. First of all, who's covered? We're going to cover you as a member, your spouse or significant other, never married children living in the home up to age 26, even if they're a full-time student someplace, up to age 18 if you got legal guardianship, and if you got a child that's physically or mentally challenged and you're responsible for 51% or more of their care and they're living at home, they are covered for life. Let me go with you up front. The cost is very, very inexpensive. It's given to you on a payroll deduction basis, and if you want the legal plan just by itself, it's only $6.44 per pay period, payroll deduction, and if you want the legal and the ID Shield, it's only $13.95 payroll deduction. Now, all you're going to do is at the end, on the highlighted form, what you have, you just check the box on the enrollment form as to which plan that you want, and all plans are rate stable and portable as well. If you decide, if you leave the company, you can carry it with you and the rate stays the same. I want to tell you right up front, what I love about our program is that it's actually set up for you so that it'll end up not costing you anything. Listen to me very carefully. On average, you'll save anywhere from $15 to $20 per month on your cell service, $20 to $30 per month on your satellite cable service. Here's what happened. LegalShield forged a relationship with about 400 or 500 vendors several years ago. And basically what they did is they got the vendors to agree that if a person purchased a LegalShield program, then they would be able to get discounts for things that they use on a daily basis anyway. The average savings runs around $50 per month. So think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Taking our program out, whether it's the $6.44 per pay period or the $13.95 per pay period, guess what? That means that you now will save more than that on stuff like your cell service, satellite cable service. There's a grocery tab back in the section. When you click on that, you can download coupons from everything from bread, milk, cheese, you name it. You can download that, take that to the grocery store and save money with that, up to 60% off on hotels as well. So the bottom line is this: even though you may be having $13.95 per pay period coming out of your paycheck, it's going to turn around and save you up to $50, maybe over $100 per month on things you're using every day anyway. So one way of looking at it is like this: to not have our plan costs you more money than to have our plan. Now, we ask these questions to people many times. Have you ever had a situation where you signed a contract, a document you didn't totally understand, had a landlord-tenant dispute, been overcharged for a repair, been treated unfairly by somebody, received a traffic ticket? I raised my hand on that one, okay? Being concerned about your child's identity, or you've been a victim of identity theft yourself. I'm sure we all remember in 2017, Equifax had a breach and they compromised over 145 million people's information. So many times your information is out there and you may not be aware of it. Had a real estate transaction or needed to get your will prepared. These are questions that you can ask yourself. Doesn't mean that you're a criminal or anything, but what it means is that these are everyday life situations that can occur with you, and we have the answer to that. Here's how our legal plan works. You get unlimited phone consultation on personal issues. You can talk about as many different personal issues as you want to. They will also, after the attorneys listen to your issue, they will decide whether they need to write a letter, make a phone call on your behalf. You know, you and I can write letters, make phone calls. People don't pay us any attention. But a person gets a letter from an attorney, it kind of makes it to the top of the pile. You know, it reminds me of that time when I had a lady, she was a teacher, and she was 3 months behind on her house note. And she said, well, I know I'm going to lose my house. I just want to find out what the foreclosure procedures are. When she called the law firm asked her whether she was tried to work anything out with the mortgage company. She said yes, but they said there was nothing they could do. They said give us a shot at it. They wrote a letter to the mortgage company and asked the mortgage company they take the 3 months she was behind, put it on the back end of the note. They did it and it saved her house. Now she was ecstatic about her house being saved, but she said, well, Agar, she said, I had heard of that before, and when they told me, when he asked me, I tried to work out anything with the mortgage company, I asked my mortgage company about that, but they told me no. I said, see, you understand what I understand now, that you and I can write letters and make phone calls, and people won't pay us any attention. When an attorney gets involved, though, it's a completely different situation. Many people have signed contracts or documents they didn't totally understand. So let the law firm look it over up to 15 pages, make sure you understand it before you sign it. Smart people get a will. If you die without a will in this state, the state can determine who gets custody of your children, even if you're married. That could mean foster care. The state also can determine what property yours is sold to pay off any debts you may have. And if you've ever been divorced or your spouse has ever been divorced and you die without a current up-to-date will, your ex-spouse could stand to get a bone even if you marry somebody else later. So what do? We do a will, living will, healthcare power of attorney, minor children's trust at no out-of-pocket cost to you. And we'll show you how that works even with the digital, with the app as well. Moving traffic violations like a speeding ticket. As long as no drug or alcohol is involved, your property license, driving a property licensed vehicle. Hey, if something like that occurs, we cover you in all 50 states and all provinces of Canada. Then all you do is you would just take a picture of that ticket. Once again, we're going to show you that digitally here in just a second. You take a picture of that ticket, send it into the law firm. The law firm now hires and pays an attorney to go to court for you. And the only thing you pay is court costs and fine. You don't pay the attorneys any money at all. Now, God forbid, if you have an accident and somebody dies, you kill somebody, and the state charges you with death by motor vehicle, vehicle homicide, or vehicle manslaughter, most people don't realize no car insurance company in America covers criminal charges. You have to hire an attorney to stay out of jail. Most attorneys want anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 up front. LegalShield, this benefit is the only, we're not one of, we're the only company in America, if that ever happens to you, from your first phone call all the way through any trials, deposition, inquiries, 100% of your attorney fees be paid. And I hope and pray you never have to call me to tell me you had to use it for that. If a lawsuit is filed against you civilly, we're going to protect you with that as well. See the guy in the middle with his family? You know, with our program, once you've had the membership for 90 consecutive days, if you need to get an uncontested divorce, uncontested name change, uncontested adoption, uncontested separation, they would do that for you. And as long as the other person does not have an attorney, you will not pay not one penny out of your pocket for that. Now, they may ask you for a retainer for that. And the only reason they'll ask you for a retainer, not that you're paying the attorneys, but that's in the event the other party were to get an attorney, and now it will fall upon the preferred members discount. Okay? Also, financial services, stuff like if you're audited by the IRS, you got 50 hours of tax attorney time paid for. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's October. It's October, but yet your taxes were due, the 2019 taxes were due April the 15th of this year. We cover your taxes due April the 15th of the year you enroll. So that means your 2019 taxes will be covered if you're audited by the IRS, even though it's here in late October. Okay? And if you were to be buying or refinancing your primary residence, they would do the mortgage papers for you for that. 24 hours, 7 day a week access to an attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding in my hand a card. Now, this card right here is the card that we tell you to put in your wallet. We also have the key rings that you can put on your key ring and give it to your teenagers, your college age students. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Your Miranda rights say you have the right to remain silent. What you say can be held against you. Then your Miranda rights say you have the right to call an attorney. Now, you can't call mama, daddy, sister, brother, husband, wife, but you can call an attorney. This card protects your Miranda rights. Here's what this card says. To any law enforcement officer or security personnel, if it is your intention to question, detain, or arrest me, please allow me to call an attorney immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see about what's been going on in the country with situations like that, I'm the first to tell you that I think 99.999% of law officers are honorable, and I wouldn't want to be without them. But if you get 0.1%, you tend to forget about the 99.9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a powerful card for you to have in your wallet. Okay? And then we have our preferred members discount. That most of the stuff is paid for within the plan, but we have a preferred members discount. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First of all, with the ticket situation. With the tickets, this shows you how on the mobile app it works. You will put down the court date, take a picture of the ticket, hit send, it goes to the law firm, then they hire and pay an attorney to go to court for you. Will preparation. With this, all you do is, remember, they do a will, living will, healthcare power of attorney, and financial power of attorney for both you and your spouse or significant other. You don't pay a penny out of your pocket for that. You will actually be able to take the will questionnaire that we're going to give you, and you can call the law firm and they will actually walk you through that if you need them to do that. And here's our preferred members discount. Things that are normally never covered in a legal service program, like child support, child custody, contested separation, criminal issues, drug-related charges, bankruptcy, pre-existing issues taken out of court, contested adoptions, contested divorce, DUI, DWI. 80% of the program is going to be covered with your monthly fee. But situations like this is where you get a 25% members discount on the standard hourly rate and a 5% discount on the flat rate. Now, here's what are some of the things we're going to monitor as far as the ID Shield is concerned. And this is real-time daily monitoring. Your full name, your date of birth, your social security number, your driver's license, your passport numbers. Are you noticing something here, ladies and gentlemen? We're not just monitoring credit stuff, but we're monitoring stuff that actually affects you tremendously. Your mailing address, up to 10 phone numbers each, 10 bank accounts each, 10 credit cards or debit cards each, 10 retail cards each, 10 medical ID numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, you name it, we will monitor that on a daily basis. As you see, we don't just monitor the credit, but we monitor your driver's license, your social security, your medical, criminal character as well. They cover and monitor court documents. So if there's any outstanding warrants for your arrest because of somebody has used maybe your to make a driver's license with all of your information with their picture on it, we're going to monitor stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something to you. The FTC figured out that only 9% of identity theft shows up on your credit report. 91% involves driver's license, social security, medical, tax fraud, minors. 91% involves that. We monitor that on a daily basis. But here's one of the other great things that we do. We also have reputation management. With the reputation management, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what we do. We monitor social media. So you got to understand something. Many people, especially during this time, you've seen and heard about executives, CEOs who have either resigned or they were terminated from their position. Why? Not because of something they're doing right now, but in many cases, it's because of maybe something they had on social media, or they liked something that was on social media that was controversial one way or another. Here's what our reputation management does. They go back to each area of social media that you have. They go all the way back. They'll trace it all the way back to when you first got started on social media. And they're looking for compromising stuff like a gun in a photo, a liquor bottle or something like that. Or it may be a post that you liked that has some controversial stuff to it. Or it may be something you actually post 10, 15 years ago. You may be a complete different person now. Well, here's what they do. They're not going to delete it, but they'll bring it to your attention. They'll bring it to you and they say, here's what we found. We think this is not something good that your employer would like, as well as people who you're doing business with if you own or operate a business as well. So you decide what you want to do with it. And then it's up to you. If you decide you want to delete it, then you can. Here's the thing, though. Imagine somebody going back like that. If you're like me, sometimes you can't remember what you did last year, much less talking about 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, that you may have actually liked a post that has some controversial information to it. Okay, so that's what our reputation management does as well. And with our comprehensive restoration, we have $1 million protection policy. Here's what we mean by that. If you have to take time off from work and you're having to lose your pay or have certain expenses, they will reimburse you up to $1 million in situations like that. If you had to take time off from work to take care of situations when it comes to that. Now, here's the enrollment form. All we need you to do, the effective date is going to be November 1, 2020. So where it says effective date, you put 11/01/2020. Put down the time at 7 a.m. Also, You only need just the last four of your social, okay? Your name, your address, your birth date. Then we need you to put in, these are all highlighted areas, your spouse or significant other's name and their birth date. That's all we need from them. And then you want to put your work phone number in, your cell number, or if you just want to put the cell number in along with your email address. Very important to put that email address in. Why? Because on November 1st, after this is keyed in, November 1st, you'll be getting an email with your member number and the toll-free number for the law firm, as well as how you download the app so that you can start taking advantage of all those discounts and benefits that you have. Okay. And then you'll just check whether you want the legal only or whether you want the legal and the ID Shield combination. So it's either $644 or $13.95. If you decide you do not want to take advantage of the program now, we ask that you read this in its entirety. This is an opt-out sheet. And the reason we do that is because many things that we have here, your company is not offering you. So this is just an acknowledgement to the company that you understand it's been presented to you about what's being offered as far as the legal ID Shield is concerned, also about our member perks, our ID Shield and things of that nature, and you are aware that the company is not offering anything like this, but after looking at it, you decide you do not want to take advantage of it now, but you can always opt in to do it at another time. What you would do is with this, you'll just sign this, date this, turn it in to Ross, and then that'll be put into your files. If you decide at any time you want to take advantage of the program, then you just fill out the highlighted form, and then we'll do that, take it from there. Now, since the effective date is November 1, all forms need to be turned into Ross by noon on Friday, October the 30th. Your effective date, once again, is November 1, 2020. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to give me a call at 336-263-5438. The plan is rate stable, meaning that in 48 years since we've been around, we've never raised our existing rates. And the plan is portable, which means that if you leave the company, you can carry it with you and the rate stays the same. We thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to excitingly take advantage of this new program that's being offered to you by Open Door Ministry. Be blessed, and we'll talk to you later.